Hello.
Hello, name's Isabella. I was just wondering, at what point in your academic or even like post-academic career did you kind of figure out what field you want to go into specifically and like what like job you wanted to have?
Ooh, great question. Thank you for turning on your camera because it's lovely to see you. And I love that question because I think it'll be wrong for me to say that I figure out my life at your age. I think that many of you probably knew what you wanted way ahead of me. Um, you can watch, some of the last episodes on Blooming Crisis, but I did share that even the fact that I came to the US, I had no idea what I was going to do. I decided at the very last minute because I didn't know what I wanted. And that's why I chose to major in marketing. Um, Actually, I started with business management and communication, and then I added communication as my double major. But because they were very general, so they are very broad. So I thought that, maybe I could just figure out what I wanted. And I never thought that I wanted to do anything with numbers. I never thought that I wanted to do anything with um like data because I always knew that I was more creative than um like being I failed in math when I was in high school. I just wanted to put it out there for you guys to know. And that's why I wanted to do things that are creative, you know. So for a very long time, I think even when I went to grad school, so I went to Keyword College for my undergrad, and then I went to Pace for my grad school. And at that time, believe it or not, I still applied to marketing MBA major in at Pace because that was the only thing that was closest to being creative that I could think of. And I started my very first job, full-time job in the US at New York Magazine as an account manager to manage campaign, optimize for campaign performance, making sure we're doing full for advertising. And naturally, I was always curious to learn about how things work together and how we could make things better. And I think that it actually stems from the fact that I always wanted to figure out how I could be better myself. And I wanted to understand how everything that I have gone through, all the experiences in my life, how they stitch together and what is leading me to. So I think because of that, I was naturally good at what I was doing as an account manager. And I always wanted to figure out how everything connect with each other. And because of that, I learned that I became very like I'm more logical than I thought. I'm not just creative, I'm also very logical myself. And naturally, it allows me to be promoted to the role that I never thought, never in my life, I thought I would become an analyst. And I'm laughing at it because and Zachary would know this very well. My full-time job at the BBC is nothing like what you knew of me through Blooming Crisis. It's just data and numbers, and I'm managing revenue. I'm helping our team optimize for revenue. But it all started from just being curious about how things work. And I think that I never, thankfully, because I didn't know what I was good at, so I was open to things. I never thought that, I never defined myself in one way or the other, and I allow myself to try things out. And you will know what you would be good at by paying attention to the feedback you receive from other people, whether that's through your internships or your job or your professors or your friends, and never think that, oh, I already know myself. Even for me now, I think that compared to when I was at your age, I know that I'm a lot more self-aware of myself now. But there are things that I'm speaking now that I think that maybe in the future, I probably would think differently. Maybe in the future, I would do something that differently from what I'm doing right now. So always keep your mind open and pay attention to the feedback that other people have been giving you. Does it answer to your question?
Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much.
I
Yeah,
actually
anytime.
on that question really quick because I had similar feelings when I was in college. I graduated in 2021 and I didn't know what I wanted to do. I did not imagine I would be in media. But when I was in university, I very distinctly remember being told that, my generation, younger, will be expected not to change jobs several times, but careers. So it's okay not to know where you want to be or what you want to do, as long as you are willing to figure it out and try things out. And I don't think you need to be so stressed about where am I going to be, what am I going to be doing, because at this stage, it's a lot about learning, and I'm still learning a lot. And I think that's the important thing.
Thank you for sharing your journey, Zachary. And if you guys don't know, by the way, I hired Zachary for the pricing inventory and a specialist role at our company. But funny enough, he's also a magician, if you guys don't know. So that is to say, I think that we all have a lot of hidden talents that I don't think that we know ourselves enough to even like for me, I can't tell you guys that I already know what I'm like everything that I'm good at. I think that if I continue trying things out, maybe I figure out something else that I thought that I was bad at, and maybe I'm not as bad as I thought, and maybe there's something in there that I can explore. So use this time you guys have, especially in school, because it's such a safe zone, try different things out. And if you don't get enough of feedback from other people, be proactive in asking people, what do you think I'm good at? Morgan, and thank you, Isabella.